Good morning, students. Today we are here to continue our biology classes. As you can recall, in the previous class we had started our first chapter, that is transportation or the transport in plants, in which we studied that just like animals, plants also need to transport certain materials from one part to the other, like water and minerals which are absorbed from the soil through the root is transported through the xylem vessels to all parts of the plant. Similarly, the food which is made in the leaves of the plant is transported to all the upper or the aerial parts through the phloem tissue. Then we also studied about the different types of plant tissues. What are they? That is simple tissue and complex tissue. Simple tissues are the one which is made up of only one type of cells, like parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Then complex tissue are those plant tissues which are made up of more than one type of cells. There are two types of complex tissues. What are they? Xylem and phloem. Then we studied xylem is a complex tissue which is made up of four different types of cells which are known as xylem elements. What are they? Number one, tracheids. We studied the structure of tracheids, vessels, that is xylem vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Out of these four elements, only one, that is the xylem parenchyma is living cell, rest all are dead in nature. Then we studied that xylem is found in all parts, roots, stems, leaves, and the older xylems is known as wood, the one which you have seen, like wooden board, wooden window. That wood is nothing else but the old and mature xylem tissue is only called wood. Okay. Now next we have to study today structure of phloem. All this was done earlier up to structure of xylem. So in today's class we will study about the structure of phloem. What is phloem? It is a complex tissue, plant tissue, which helps to carry the food from the leaves to all parts of the plant. Okay. Now you can see the diagram here. The elements of phloem is drawn. Elements means the cells which makes phloem tissue. Phloem is a complex tissue which is made up of four different types of cells. What are the four different cells of phloem? Number one, it consists of sieve tube. Sieve tubes are the vertical cell. You can see in the diagram sieve tube. So what is sieve tube? It is a vertical cells without nucleus. They have no nucleus inside them. This can be seen that there is no nucleus, but they have plenty of cytoplasm. So vertical cells with no nucleus but plenty of cytoplasm, that is called sieve tube. Then we have companion cells. The second element of phloem tissue is companion cell. You can see here companion cells. They have a nucleus and they are present adjacent. Adjacent means close to the sieve tube. Since they are present together or near this, and they have a nucleus also, so they are called companion. Companion means friend, because both the sieve tube and the companion cells together they form the functional unit of phloem tissue. Means they are the one due to which the phloem is able to transport digested food from one part of the plant to the other. Then you can see in the sieve tube there are perforation plates. These plates are called sieve plate. They have tiny pores in them here also. These pores help in conduction of food in either direction. The arrow you can see as it is shown in the diagram. The arrow points both upward and downward. It means there is bidirectional. Bi means in both direction. The food can be transported from the leaves to other parts of the plant and from the other parts of the plant back to the leaves also. So there is bidirectional flow of food. Let's complete this one first. Sieve tube, companion cell, phloem, parenchyma. Phloem parenchyma is made up of living cell. It helps in the storage of food. And the last one, that is fourth one, is phloem fibers. I am not writing the complete word here. Phloem, P means phloem here. Phloem fibers. So these are the 4 elements of phloem. Once again recall, what is phloem? Phloem is a complex permanent tissue found in plants. What is the function? It helps to transport food from the leaves to all parts of the plant. Okay? Transportation of food is the function of phloem. Now, what is phloem made up of? It is made up of 4 different types of cells. They are called the phloem elements. What are they? Number 1, sieve tube. Number 2, companion cell. Number 3, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. These 2 are common. This parenchyma and fibers, it is found in xylem also as well as in phloem. So only these 2 are different. Sieve tube, in case of xylem, try to remember or compare it. In xylem we have the tracheids, here we have the sieve tube. In xylem we have vessels, here we have companion cells. Okay? And now next we have to study about what are the different methods by which mineral is transported in the plants. You know that what is mineral? Mineral are the materials like the ions which are required for the proper growth and development of plants. So since the minerals are transported from one part of the plant to the other, there are certain processes involved in it. We'll discuss each one of them one by one. So let's clear the board first. Okay. So what are the different methods by which the materials can be absorbed and transported? The 3 different processes. The topic which will be there now next is the material transport in plants. Material transport in plants. What are the different methods by which materials are transported? So materials can be transported in the plants by 3 methods. I will list them. There are 3 methods by which the transport of materials occur. Number 1, diffusion. Number 2, osmosis. And number 3, active transport. Okay, diffusion, osmosis and active transport. Now one by one we will study about them. First one, diffusion. How to define it? What is diffusion? Diffusion is, let me explain it. Diffusion is the movement of solid, liquid or gas molecules from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. So once again, what is diffusion? Movement of molecules. I am writing. These molecules can be of solid, liquid or gas. Movement of molecules. The molecules can be solid molecules, liquid molecules or gaseous molecules from higher concentration, that is from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. Okay, now just explain this definition once. What is diffusion? It is movement of molecules. Molecules means the small particles which make solid, liquid and gas from the region of higher concentration. The meaning of higher concentration is, suppose I will take one example here. This is A, this is B. Two different regions I have shown here. Here the number of molecules, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 molecules I have drawn. Maybe it is the solid molecules, say. Here only 1, 2, 3 solid molecules I have drawn. Now you can easily say that which side or which region, A or B, is highly concentrated. Region A contains more molecules, so it is highly concentrated. Region B contains only 3, so it is lower concentrated. It means during diffusion, the movement of molecules will occur from A to B in this direction. The molecules will move, okay, by passing through the tiny pores which are present. So this movement of molecules from higher to lower concentration is called diffusion. Hope you have understood this one. If not, then there is a simple experiment which I will try to show so that you can understand. Pause. Okay, with the help of a simple experiment.
क्या हुआ?
Pause.
Yeah.
Now look here. Class 8. 1 second. This glass contains water. I have kept some water here. Now there is plenty of water. What I will do now to demonstrate or to show the process of diffusion, what I will do is, I will take a drop of ink. One drop of ink I will place. It's not going. One drop of ink I will put here. Okay. Now see, one drop of ink is here. Now concentration of ink molecules are more where I have dropped. There is high concentration, and where it is not yet colored, there is lower concentration. Now as I will stir with the help of this pen only I will do. When I will stir this solution, now see, the entire molecule, that liquid molecule has diffused. Diffused means uniformly distributed in the entire class. So hope you have understood this technique of diffusion, that the ink molecules has uniformly spread in the water molecule. And now you can see the entire water molecule is colored. Uniform color is there. Not like previous one where some parts were very darkly colored, others were lightly colored. So hope you have understood the process of diffusion. Okay. Now let's come back to the next topic. Some examples of diffusion which I will give you in your daily life. Number 1, you have seen the leaves. The leaves contain tiny pores which are known as stomata. It is present on the lower surface as well as upper surface. But the lower surface of the leaves contain more stomata. So in the daytime, for the exchange of gases, that is, the plants produce oxygen during photosynthesis, and this oxygen diffuses through the leaves. Like this is the leaves. Through the stomata, the oxygen will diffuse outside. Similarly, carbon dioxide which is present in the atmosphere, it enters inside the leaves through the stomata, which are tiny pores present on the lower surface of the leaves. Now, one more example of diffusion we can give. There are many unicellular organisms. I will just clear it so that you can see. You know that many unicellular organisms, unicellular means single cell organisms like amoeba and all, their body is made up of single cell. Okay? Like this is amoeba. Its body is made up of single cell. So when amoeba needs to take oxygen, this oxygen molecule can directly diffuse into its body by the process of diffusion. Okay? Similarly, when it needs to remove or throw out carbon dioxide, the carbon dioxide molecules can move outside the membrane by the process of diffusion. So exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide in unicellular organisms occurs with the help of diffusion. Diffusion is the process which is utilized here. One more example we can give, that when water molecules are absorbed from the soil, then it is the process of diffusion which helps the water molecules to enter into the root hair cells. And after that, from one root hair cell to the other, the water molecules passes and enters into the xylem tissue, through which it is transported to upper parts of the plant. Now next topic, what is osmosis? So let me clear it first. Osmosis. Have you heard about this word osmosis? We need to write the definition also. Osmosis is the movement of solvent molecules. Solvent means liquid molecules. So I will write the definition. First I will clear so that you can see, as well as you can write the definition if required. So what is osmosis? It is the movement of osmosis is the movement of solvent molecules. In chemistry you have studied about solid and solvent. Once again I will try to explain what is solvent. The material in which a solid dissolves is called solvent. Like water is a solvent in which sugar can dissolve, salt can dissolve. So sugar and salt are called solid. So here the movement of solvent, that is water molecules, from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration by passing through a semi-permeable membrane. By passing through a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, now the words which needs to be highlighted: semi-permeable membrane. Okay. So what is osmosis? It is the movement of solvent molecules from where to where? From higher to lower concentration. Now I will draw a diagram to show the process of osmosis. This one is A, this is side B, and this one is a semi-permeable membrane. SPM, semi-permeable. It has tiny pores in it, semi-permeable membrane. And these are the solvent molecules. I will draw the solvent molecules in some other color. You can see solvent molecules 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here 8 I have drawn, here 4 only. Okay, now see. This is semi-permeable membrane. This side A, this one is B. Two different regions are there. This one contains this. These are the solid molecules. That is the water molecules. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 I have drawn here. This side 1, 2, 3. Only 4 solid molecules is drawn. Okay. Solvent molecules are drawn. Here 8. This side 4. Now where is the concentration more? Side A or side B? Of course, side A has more concentration of solvent molecules. So what does the definition say? Osmosis is the movement of solvent molecules, that is water molecules, from higher to lower concentration. It means these water molecules will move into the other side. Now till how long it will move? Till the number of molecules on either side is not equal. That is, till the equilibrium is not established. Like here it was 8, here only 4. So if this one has moved this side, now suppose it is 5. This one has gone. Now this one will go. Now it is coming this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Both sides equal in number. That is, the equilibrium is established. Means in either side of the membrane, on either side of this semi-permeable membrane, the number of solvent molecules become equal in number. There are 6 on either side. Earlier it was not so. Earlier side A had 8 solvent molecules, side B had only 3 molecules, solvent molecules. Now due to the process of osmosis, the movement of solvent molecules occurred from higher to lower concentration till the equilibrium, that is same number or equal number of molecules were not established. Okay? Hope you have understood this one. Now next, I'll try to stress on what is the meaning of semi-permeable membrane. What is a membrane? Membrane is a living substance that allow the molecules to pass through it. There are different types of membrane. 3 types are they. What are they? Number 1, impermeable membrane. Impermeable means like the one which do not allow, they have no pores in them, so they will not allow any substance to pass through them. That's why they are called impermeable. Example of impermeable membrane you can give, that the plastic and all, they are impermeable. Water molecules cannot pass through them. And there are certain membranes which allow some substances to pass through them, whereas others are not allowed. They are called semi-permeable. So here the solvent molecules are allowed. But solid molecules, being bigger in size, their size is quite big, they cannot pass through these pores. They are not allowed. So second one is semi-permeable. Already we have studied. Example, parchment paper, whistling bag. Okay, even our cell membrane is also semi-permeable in nature, okay, of the animal cells as well as plant cell. Now the last one is fully permeable, that is 100%. Cell wall is permeable, means any substance, both solid and solvent, can easily pass through them. So such membrane that do not stop the solvent or solid molecules to pass through it, they are called permeable membrane. So hope you have understood about the osmosis process in detail. Now next topic which we are going to do is active transport. First I will clear this one. Okay, so next topic which we are going to do is active transport. Okay.